It ain't not gonna like lash glue sitting dry until it's perfectly tacky, or if it's too fucking dry, it won't stick. If it's too fucking wet, it's gonna just make your eye go real quick.
It's been a struggle, okay? That I feel like for some odd reason, the only time I can ever successfully put lashes on is when I'm drunk. I don't know what it is. So the pictures I took the other day, I was drunk as fuck taking those pictures, doing my makeup, and I put lashes on perfectly. But if I'm sober, I cannot. It won't. I don't know why.
See, I don't know. I feel like all my skills go consistently up or down with intoxication, so I can't speak strongly about whether it's better when I'm drunk or not.
Listen, for some reason, I function better when I'm drunk. Don't know why. Don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
You better than me, because as soon as I get drunk, I'm about to fall out. I'm not taking a nap.
Nope.
Anybody who know me, you come to my house for a gathering, at some point you're going to look over, and I'm going to be sitting somewhere in the corner, or laid somewhere on the floor with a pillow, and be asleep. In the party.
See,
in the party.
I'm a tequila bitch, and
tequila don't let you sleep.
Tequila don't put me to sleep.
Tequila be like, turn up.
Tequila don't put me to sleep, okay? I'm turn up queen.
Turn up.
Like, if there's one thing I know how to do is turn up. You can't tell, because I'm quiet and, you know. But
no, I can tell. Nigga, you got a cute, short, blonde cut. You're an edgy bitch. You live life on the...
I am now, shit.
Shit, okay. Well, we are. We is.
I had to step into that, though. I had to step into that a little bit. It's okay.
Maybe, because I'm sitting. Maybe you should say that, too. Because I think it's picking. You know.
Yeah, I just turned it down a little bit, too, because it was at, like, 90. I don't want it to be. Okay. All right. Welcome back to Blkbliss podcast. We're going to try this. Who better do this than with her? So, this is our first video ever.
It is.
Super excited. Okay.
It's us. Eller.
Right? I still got some t-shirts too, so.
Cop that. Support.
I think I got like 5 left.
Black business. Make it 0.
Yeah, so I can drop something else too, because I have some other shit I want to drop too.
Yes, we want the colors, we want the styles, we want the everything.
Okay. Well, how are you?
To be 5,000% honest, I have been better, but I choose to be well. In the words of somebody I don't talk to no more. I choose to be well.
Yeah.
Why I say that? I'll be ashamed in the interview. Cut that out. Cut that out. But for real, yeah. I'm glad. I feel like I think I'm in a position to be the best I've been.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, we're out of 2020 now.
Is we?
Yeah.
Because it's given December 49th.
You know what they were saying? I was like doing my research, and they were saying that technically the new year really doesn't begin until spring, and that we should really start programming ourselves to think like that.
I agree, because this is definitely the end. Winter is death. Winter is not the renewal. This shit is everything dying, and we will come back to life at the end in spring. That makes sense. That feels new and refreshing.
Yeah, I'm trying to like reprogram myself into rethinking all of that type of stuff, as far as like not celebrating Christmas and trying to add cons in it, but also thinking that just because the New Year shit doesn't mean that is the end of the year, and we have to really allow ourselves.
It makes sense, because if you think about like decades, like the decade don't really end until like 2-3 years into the new decade.
Yeah.
It was still giving 99 and 2002 a little bit.
Yeah.
It was still feeling that way.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
gonna try to reprogram myself though to thinking that like spring is it. I think that's when the Chinese New Year and stuff, they actually start celebrating that stuff. It's like more towards like that, and I have to like do my research on it. Don't quote me.
I'm gonna say don't quote us, because I feel like you are right too, but I am not sure about that.
I don't know either. I gotta do some more research.
But it is different than ours. That's all I know. That they New Year is specific, and it's not the one that we be doing.
No.
I wonder if there's like an African New Year. Do we have an African New Year? We should look into that.
Our fellow Africans who were not colonized, tell us, communicate with us.
Or colonized, because y'all might still got the book that tell us what to do before we got colonized.
We need the access.
But let me get the math.
We need to be reprogrammed.
I need the math. Run that.
All right, well, let's talk about this music. Let's get into all the music.
Oh, goodness.
I know, right? Well, you just dropped that whole track that you guys did with the Ramsey County.
That was pretty cool. I thought that was super dope. Destiny Roberts reached out to me and was like, yo, I'm working with somebody on something for like the county. It's meant to be like uplifting for the youth and putting them onto resources. I'm like, well, I'll be uplifting youth. Yeah. I'll be having resources. I could get involved with that. And so when I heard who else was involved, Nucky, RZ Shaheed, my boy Trey V, my boy Connor on the Flick 'em Up real quick. He definitely did his thing on the video and all the promotional material. It was super dope. I had fun. It was my first time being like in studio with other artists.
Here come the kids.
Embarrassing children. That's so embarrassing. Yeah, it was my first time being back in studio. What are they doing? What is that saying?
Hey, Noelle.
Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom.
I need you to shh, because we're recording.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Come here real quick, honey.
Okay.
This is what it looks like to be a multi-faced woman.
Y'all don't have to be quiet, okay? So if you want to go in the room and make noise, you have to close the door and make noise, okay?
Okay.
You know how that goes. You see how we're doing our thing?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I love you. Goodbye. Walk away swiftly. Swiftly. Swift. Fast.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant slowly.
Yeah. The vocabulary we expand.
Listen. Mom, job that never ends.
It never ends. It is the most rewarding ghetto job that you can have.
Emphasis on the ghetto.
It's so ghetto, so rewarding. It's worth it every step of the way, but it's going to be like very like.
Do you want more kids?
Me. Yes, absolutely. Me and my wife plan on having. We want to have 2 girls. We want to have them at the same time. We want to do the egg swap. This getting personal. Y'all getting the tea. Hold on.
Right, hold on. I was gonna. Yeah,
that's the tea.
Let's get into that though. That conversation matters too.
Yeah,
let's normalize this.
We want to do egg swapping. I would like to carry her child, and she would like to carry mine. So, it's the same math as surrogacy, but minus the contracts and whatnot.
Is that process expensive?
Oh yes, child. I got to make the songs. I got to make the songs. I got to make the people dance because, she gonna have to cut the hair. It's expensive. Anything around like artificial insemination or in vitro or anything like around reproductivity is going to be expensive because women's health is always going to be the most taxed.
Interesting.
Women's bodies are the most taxed in any conversation. So, yes, absolutely.
I didn't realize that. Like, I know it's expensive, but I guess that makes sense because you're taking eggs and then
they got to put them in a little petri dish and they got to fertilize them and then they got to put them in there and if the first one work, type stuff and.
Interesting.
You gotta get the semen samples and stuff and all that stuff.
So how's that conversation on? Like, how do you guys? Can I ask that?
So look, this the tea, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna just tell you the tea hot, but it's not. I ain't gonna tell you the flavor though. So we have somebody in mind for a donor.
Okay.
And I just keep telling him he need to. I could say vulgar things on this.
Yes,
I forgot. I asked it the last time too.
Yes,
I can say vulgar things. I just keep telling him, can you nut in the cup, please? I just need you to nut in the cup so we can freeze it. We already went and googled the process of like the cryogenic freezing and stuff, and like he just need nut in the cup. We're gonna send it to the people. They're gonna store it. We're gonna pay for them to store it until we're ready to use it. We trying to have babies 2022, 2023.
Oh wow. Okay, so you need to get working like now.
Yeah, I need them to go ahead and cut me my check, but it's okay because I'm working on an album right now, and I feel like the album's gonna change like
everything.
Is
it gonna be completely different from the project?
Completely. You might have seen me post that meme a little while ago, and it was like the person in the corner of the party, looking all upset, and mine was they don't know, they listen to my old shit, and I don't even rap like this no more. That's what mine was, cause like literally my album is nothing like Yody. The energy is completely different. I've unlocked like 7 different layers and levels in my creativity and like the sound. It's just completely different. I'm working with new producers. Like my producer from Yody, he's still involved, of course, and definitely overseeing where the project is gonna end up at the end. But we're working with new producers, not new ones, because I've been fucking with these guys, but y'all ain't heard me on they shit yet. And so this is gonna be fun for sure. It's crazy. It's crazy for sure.
Okay.
It's crazy.
I'm excited. I feel like we know who you are and we've gotten to hear you, but I feel like we haven't gotten to hear you.
No, I think for the early parts of my career shaping was just me trying to get the footing in the rap shit,
Right.
feeling confident, say I'm a rapper and this is what I do and I can back my shit up.
Yeah.
So I had to put myself through all these little trials to make sure I had mastered all the elements of being a rapper, earth, wind, fire, all that shit. I was really out here trying to battle people and freestyle whenever I could because that's what I thought I needed to do to solidify myself in this realm of being a rapper. And I feel like when I dropped my project, that was me showing you I'm an artist. This is me trying to ground myself in being an artist. And I thought I had I thought Yody had hit that over the head and like knocked it out the park. But, you know, COVID shut down life completely. So it kind of just stopped Yody dead in his tracks. Mm-hmm. So it's like that project that people will get to go back and find as they become new followers of mine. Like, oh, this shit is slap! Type shit. But I feel like it didn't get the rollout that it needed because of everything that happened with COVID and the riots and everything. But I'm okay with that because like the new shit is, I want the world to hear it. Right. When I listen to Yody now, I'm like, I'm glad that it was just y'all because I need people to hear a broader spectrum of what it is that I have to offer. And I was scared to be vulnerable at that point too. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't really writing about personal shit. I was writing about pussy being golden, you know, like because that was just fun.
Do you feel like as like a female artist, especially as a black female artist, do you have to conform to that narrative for you to get your point across, like as far as like what you want to do, like rapping and stuff?
I don't know. My journey in my like rap career feels very much like personal. Mm-hmm. I don't even necessarily think about like what it's been like for other women. Right. Except for my queen Nicki Minaj because, you know, they snubbed my bitch on the Grammys and all that good shit. We ain't gonna go there right now. But for the most part, I've always been looking at like what I need to do for me to be able to get my sound out there. Yeah. I've never felt like I need to drop this sound or that sound because honestly, I feel like I'm so cold that naturally my shit is gonna fit when I put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like, oh, well, they only making twerk shit, bitch. I make twerk shit too, bitch. I really throw something in this motherfucker. But I also know that people like to hear my lyricism and me be a wordsmith, and so I know people want those different faces of me, and I like being able to deliver on every version of myself that you think that you know of me.
Yes. I know when you did the freestyle with the wise man, I had goosebumps. I feel like that was really like it, like, cause like I heard like Yody was the first project that I've heard of yours, and that was the first time like I really got to be introduced to you. So hearing that other side, even realizing, okay, she knows what the fuck she's doing, that made me really happy.
I'm glad.
Like I feel like you hold like a very dominant place when it comes to the female rap here. I feel like most people are consistently mentioning your name when it comes to the best lyricists. When it comes to that, and
I appreciate that. I feel like that's when I pride myself in. That was definitely a goal. It's good to hear that it's resonating that way, and that I'm showing up and coming across the way I intend to. Yeah. I mean to spit on these niggas every time I open my mouth. Even if I'm talking about some like ridiculous shit. I hate that, you know, what has been deemed as like female rap on the popular scale now is like confined to this, you know, do re mi ABC kind of rapping because you can be extremely lyrical and say some ridiculously ratchet shit at the same time. Yeah. And I think because like the beats have gotten so fun and simple and the theme is so fun and simple that the skill is lacking. I don't have a lot of girls that I'm like, ooh, that bitch is like spitting.
It's rare. It's rare. Over like the last year, I feel like we've seen an influx of female rappers, and it's beautiful to watch, but at the same time, it's really hard to pick and choose. Like, I had the conversation with my boyfriend, and we talk about like that and who our favorite female artists is and stuff. And I was saying, you know, it bothers me that we've never seen a Cardi B freestyle, but
like a legit one.
Yeah, like a legit one. Everybody, I feel like almost every female artist has gone through that like process of giving us freestyles and all of that, and she's deemed one of the top ones, but we've never seen a freestyle from her.
Yeah, I think people like to get all like political and cutesy when it comes to like rap and female rap, but like for me, rap is rap. Like you need to show up like Nikki always said, I'm not the best female rapper, I'm the best rapper. And I feel like people want to skip steps when it comes to being a female rapper. Like, because she's a woman and she's doing it and she's powerful and she's standing in it, which is all incredible, that makes her a powerful rapper or lyricist. That makes her an artist, that makes her a public figure. Does that make her a lyricist? Can she sit with the big boys and spit? Like, for me, freestyling is a skill that all rappers should have.
Facts.
All rappers do not have that skill. Mm-hmm. I was taught recently that freestyle and the way we know it and freestyle and the way it was initially created may not be one and the same. That freestyle was being able to spit something to any beat or in any situation, free of style. Didn't have to be off the dome. Off the dome was off the dome, you know? But to me, it's become one and the same. You need to be able to spit off the dome. I've been in a position where I have to freestyle, where I have to just be able to, they play a beat, I gotta just show up and deliver. You know what I'm saying? But if I can't do either of those things, am I a rapper? That to me is a valid question. Am I a rapper if I can't spit? Yeah. Like, but does that make you less of an artist? Does that make you not a rapper? No. But I feel like you still have room for growth. Like, every rapper I know that I respect, like, who can't freestyle, like, yo, I want to learn how to freestyle. Nobody's like, I'll never freestyle. I scoff at the idea. Like, nah, that's not realistic.
Outside of Nikki, who is like your top 3 female rappers right now?
Oh, why you want to do that to me?
Make it interesting.
This the thing, right? they probably all gonna be local. Ricky Monique, for sure. Ricky, like, y'all haven't heard the project yet, but I have.
I've seen her perform and I was very impressed.
Well, I've heard the project. All I can say, bitch, go to hell. This is a fabulous mess you done put here together right now. So much respect for Rick. Destiny Roberts. So much respect for Dez's hustle. Dez is an innovator. Dez is 6 years ahead while we are all in 2020. My niggas in 2026. And that's just constant. So much respect.
Yeah, she worked her ass off.
And the consistency, like, when you listen to Dez's music. When I first met Dez, I was like, when I first heard Dez, I was like, this old happy-go-lucky ass, so happy ass, this happy as hell, old happy ass. And I didn't know how to feel about that at first. I'm also Chicago, so I'm like, damn, too negative. But when I met her, I was like, wow, you radiate the energy you present in your music. That is you.
Yep.
That's what made it feel, because some people be so cheesy with their positivity. That's Dez. Like, Dez is a real positive person, real nigga, real energy, real vibes, gonna show up 100%, gonna give you authenticity 1,000%. Like, what she rap about, she mean, she live.
She's one of those people, like, when I first met, I didn't feel weird or none of that. Like, she just kind of was just like, hi. Like, I think I met her first time, I think it was like at a first half show. My brother is a huge fan of her. He was like fangirling over her. And he was like, you know her? And I was like, I mean, kind of. And he's like, please introduce you. And she was just so kind. And ever since then, like, we've had like a good relationship. And it's never been like weird. There are people out there
genuine.
There are people out there like you could meet, especially within this music scene, who are really just so like.
Yeah, especially to be as established and like. Dez been at this. Yeah. Dez is respected.
If anybody could like have any right to shit on us and not be humble, it would definitely be her.
Absolutely. My nigga could be shitting on us, but does not.
Listen.
But does not. And then third, Riot Girl Darko. Riot Girl Darko. When I say just talent, when I say like originality, just style, like. You want to be cool. Like, if you don't feel like you cool, you're going to feel even less cool in the presence of this motherfucker. Because she's so cool. She, like, authentic. Yeah. Genuine, 1,000%. Like, ain't going to fuck with you on no fool shit. Going to tell you if I don't like some shit. Going to give the restaurant a bad rating publicly on Instagram. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just a very, like, strong, opinionated person. And, like, lyrics. Lyrics, like... One of the first people that made me go like, damn, Minnesota, okay, I heard some shit and was like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, yo, for real? And then like just the hustle is unmatched. So I'm fucking with it.
Do you feel like the female rappers here get as much credit as they deserve?
I don't feel like no talent here gets as much credit as it deserves. I feel like Minnesota's very like performative in the sense of like, we love women, we love queers, and we like it's very performative. So I feel like people almost are quicker to try to give us the love, but do they give us the money?
No.
I don't want your love. I want your money. Do they give us the support? No. Do they give us the like? I will say I feel like the female rappers here are hands down leagues ahead of their peers, their male counterparts.
I agree.
Leagues ahead, with very few exceptions, albeit there be some.
Yeah.
So, the fact that we even allowed them to dialogue with us about this rap shit is cute. And yeah, we never get the credit that we fully deserve, but at the end of the day, like, this is the land of the hateration. So like, it don't throw me off none no more that I'd like them questions be like, do you feel like you should be bigger? Like, yeah,
right, like that's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah, let's talk about that shit. Right. Like, somebody watch this right now with me. But that's part of the come up.
Yeah.
Like if it was easy, I don't want an easy journey.
Mm.
Ain't nobody who had it easy still at their peak now.
Yeah, you don't learn nothing when it's easy.
Girl.
Like
I'm telling you, you have to go through all the ups and downs. You have to go through the trials and tribulations, or you're gonna come out not as strong as you could have been. Yeah.
That's one thing I learned with this. When I first started this, I was like, oh my god, this would be easy. This is so simple.
I'm gonna just sit and talk and be cute, and it's gonna be wonderful. I have things to say.
Listen, bitch, you see these bags right here?
Baby, these bags. That's not the shadow child of the last, baby. Bitch tired.
Listen.
Bitch done cried today a couple times. On me.
I think I cried yesterday. I was driving yesterday and I was crying. I don't even remember why I was crying. I think it was a song was on or something. I was like, listen to Alicia.
Sometimes that shit just get like, you just for that pressure right there. It's like, oh.
I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I have to like force myself to cry because I haven't cried no more. I've gotten to a point where I'm used to just masking that because I have so much shit to do. Mm-hmm. And it's gotten to the point now where it'll just hit me while I'm driving. Yeah, and I'll be like, why are you crying, Mom? I'm like, oh no, just sit back there.
That's what happened to me last night when I burned myself. I ran out the room and like Maury cameraman was chasing me and collapsed on the floor crying, and it had very little to do with the burn.
Just fed up.
I just all hit at once about a bunch of shit, and I was that motherfucker ball. My wife told me, I was sick because sometimes you just need a release, and that was the trigger. I was so frustrated that it said, rest now, child.
That's it. We hold on to all of that. We carry all of that. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with that type of stuff on a regular basis without the
I think it's the constant pursuit of growth that helps me deal with it, because if I didn't want to grow, I probably would just wallow in the depression. I probably would just wallow in the self-loathing, whatever it is that I'm experiencing. But because I know if I give in, then if I tell you, if you give, you might as well kill yourself.
Right.
What's the point? You gonna prolong and make it worse? This shit sucks right now, and I'm trying. If I quit, this is gonna get ass.
Listen, it's gonna get a lot worse.
Bitch, imagine like really not knowing what you was gonna do with your life at all. Period. No more ever.
Listen, I've been in that space. Never want to go back, and I can't like. I would say, like, I can't imagine what it's like to want to just be normal. Like, that shit looks easy as fuck. That shit looks peaceful as fuck. But I also know that...
It's also so, like, sauce. It's, like, boring. Like, you're always emotionally stable. Like, go to hell. Like,
right.
what?
Like, what do you have to look forward to?
Literally, like, right now, my depression is, like, the most intriguing thing happening in my life right now. Like... Am I going to cry when I wake up? Or am I going to do a 30-minute meditation and thrive today? Stay tuned.
How it is every day. Noelle has gotten used to, like, my cycles now, so she'll get up and she'll be like, so...
Where you at?
Right, like, what are we doing today? Are we going to have a busy day? Or are you laying in bed all day?
Like, yeah. And I think that's something really cool to teach your kids, that, like, we're real people and that we're experiencing things and that we need breaks and we need boundaries and shit. I have to establish boundaries with my son, like, you want to talk to me every second of the day. Yeah. You want to tell me every thought that enters your mind.
Listen.
I don't have the capacity to brush my teeth.
I know. He just came into me and was like, do you want to talk to me? Are you busy? He said, I sometimes just talk to my mom. Sometimes makes me feel like I'm just talking too much. And I was just like, oh. And
He's a Pisces, so he's very drama bomb for sure. He's like, but I tell him these things though, like, baby, listen, a conversation is you say something and then I respond, and then you say something again and I respond back and forth. Not you telling me every thought that crosses your mind, leaving no room for me to say anything. That's not a conversation. That's a thought dump. I am not a journal. I am not a podcast. I'm not a YouTube series. I need you to engage me.
I don't feel like I was like that when I was a kid. I obviously, maybe I don't remember it, but I don't know if I talked that much as kids.
I feel like, I'll say for me, the kind of things that was going on in my life, the kind of trauma I was experiencing, a lot of times there wasn't room to talk.
That's what I feel like too.
Yeah.
I feel like I have that conversation too, like all the time, like with our therapist, with her. I say that she's a lot more evolved than I was at her age.
Absolutely.
Because I allow her the space to be
Yes.
that where I didn't have the space to be. Like, she's like a direct replica of who I am if I'd had the space to.
My child too.
And it's crazy. Like, I feel like that's like peak parenthood when you finally notice that, and you're like, wow, you really are me. Like,
but I'm snapping though. But I'm snapping on the parent shit.
That's probably my best quality.
Hands down. I look at him and I be like, yo, like, you think about things so critically, and you are 8 years old.
Especially coming from the type of upbringings that we've all come from, and like how our parents treated us, and hell, the shit that we still go through with our parents, and the healing for us to turn around and be amazing parents to our children and give them the space. That a huge blessing.
Me and my mom just had that conversation, kind of just discussing, like, I'm kind of pissed with my grandma because when I sit back and I think about it, it's like, you know, you really fucked us over, lady, in a lot of ways. Like, you could have did so much shit and you did not do the shit. And I think that's gonna cut her cartoon. You could have did so much shit and you just did not.
Yeah.
And although you didn't know then, you now have had 2 generations come after you. And I know.
Yeah.
But you're too prideful and you too caught in your old ways that you won't allow me to transform all of us.
Yeah.
Because I have the chance to know it. I now have the opportunity to say, that's trauma. That's gaslighting. That's this, that's that. All these different things that they didn't even have language to understand, to transform and to learn through. And to me, I feel like that is very selfish, and I feel like that is that's douchebaggy.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's a lot on you though to have to carry that burden to kind of transform that though?
12,000%. But I happily bear the weight. It's so difficult. Me and my mom haven't talked about like her episode and like me telling her that, like when I first saw it, I froze. You know, everything about fight, freeze. I froze because I saw it happening, but I didn't know what to do, so I did nothing. And as it got worse, I ran. The flight kicked in. But when I stayed, the fight would present itself. And so if I stay here and fight you, when I'm not in the position that you're in, I'm here. You know, like I'm saying, like right now you're functioning low because you are in an episode right now. I'm functioning here. If I come here with you, when I have no reason to, when you just here because you ain't got nothing to pull you up, that's unhealthy for you and I. But how hard was it to not have to leave her?
Yeah.
How hard was it to keep coming back when she wasn't ready?
Yeah.
And then having to create that distance and having to live in that distance, and now today having a conversation where I could tell her like I could not be around because I needed to protect both of us.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing for me to have to learn with all of that type of stuff is like not overthinking and knowing that our parents didn't have that same patience with us that we have to have with them when it comes to like all of this that's going on. And I think that's, for me, has been the hardest thing.
And I think that's where my beef with my grandma comes into play. But then the thing that can bring me back is just realizing they never had the tools or the language.
Yeah.
How hard is it to describe something that you don't know what it's called or what it is?
Yeah.
how hard is it to, how do you use the thing if you can't describe it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, it's just damn near impossible. And nobody ever showed them that life could be any different.
Right.
They're coming off of sharecropping parents.
Yeah.
Like, are you asking them to talk about trauma and
yeah?
and they're the generational.
We think our trauma is bad.
Yeah, they're the generational trauma.
Right.
They are it. So like, how can we expect them to hold all of that? And that's why it is super heavy, but it's joyous because it's like, damn, I can give this to my mother. My grandmother can't receive it. She lost cause. Oh well. Her old ass gonna kick it. But for her future generations, she still did enough. My mom got to get here and know the things she knew, and she shared whatever she could. And now I'm here. And I'm like, yo, I'm passing back and forward.
Right.
So now she gets to be able to interact with her grandchildren in a different way than my grandmother did, and get to be able to teach them and show them things that will change their relationship and create that chocolate chip cookie grandma type of exterior that we all dream about. You know, like, that's where that comes from, this right now. So my son's kids and their kids, besides global warming, I'm setting them up to be some emotionally stable and, you know, societal benefiting motherfuckers.
Yeah. And that's super hard, especially when we're not trying to do that for ourselves too.
Oh yeah, on me. I'm like, I'm trying to have this conversation with you, girl. I'm fresh off a meltdown. I'm not even fully pieced together yet, and you trying to talk about some other shit.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you.
Also, my mama, girl. Not you. My mama child, but ooh, didn't that feel personal?
Shit.
I thought you said I could have came at one. Nah, you say, baby, I like talking in this capacity because I feel like in this capacity, I feel like educating and sharing experiences with others is healing.
Yeah. I feel like you haven't done too many interviews either where you get to really be Essjay and not Essjay the rapper. Yeah,
people just be asking me like, so are you working on anything? Like, nah, bitch, I'm a nurse now. I'm a sandwich artist skydiver. What you talking about?
Yeah, that's why I do this. I really like being able to get into these spaces with artists and like being able to like be vulnerable, because while like the art is amazing, like there's like a whole purpose behind it. Like it's bigger than what most people understand, and I think that's why I push so much for this, and I push so much for like only working with Black artists, because I personally don't think I could ever sit next to a white artist and be like, so what do you do this for? What trauma have you gone through? And I will never be comfortable sitting next to a white person.
They'll be like, well, one summer we were at the lake house with my grandfather, whose name is also Bill, because we have 3 generations of Williams. Because we have a normal family structure. Get the fuck out of my face.
Listen, I always said that if I ever sat next to a white rapper and like the word like, what influenced you? Eminem, I'm done. I'm cutting everything. I'm done. I'm shutting shit the fuck down.
Or they say some shit like Coolio. When I sing.
Yeah, I can't do that. But music for me is a lot more important. It got me through my childhood of depression and anxiety. Yeah. I can remember like every space at every album. You know, I remember when Nicki released Pink Friday. That was one of those albums I went and bought, and you couldn't tell me nothing. Went to the store, bought a wig, had the bangs.
You had the pink wig?
Listen, I went.
Okay.
I
wish I had got it.
Listen, I was one of those kids. Like, so there was 5 of us, and everybody. My brothers had each other. My sister was kind of by herself, and then there was just me. Mm-hmm. And I was the oldest. I was the kid that took care of everybody, made sure everybody was good.
Mama baby.
Yeah, like nobody made sure I was good. Nobody, none of that. So it was always me in my own world, and my own world consisted of music. And so a lot of that was me taking the time in my room a lot, blasting music, and being able to transform myself into all of that. Like one of my old friends, we used to like remake like these videos. I remember making like the Sierra Get Up video.
Period.
Like we put black sheets up around everything, and so music really got me through like some of the darkest moments in my life of me ever feeling like I'm by myself or any of that, and it always just brings me to life. So I always know like music has a bigger purpose for us specifically. You know, it's our way to express ourselves, it's our way to communicate and release that in a healthy manner, instead of being angry, instead of taking that stuff out on our children. And I think that it's just not elaborated on enough. I remember like one of like our godmother, she played so many 70s like R&B and 80s R&B, and a lot of that stuff was me crazy. But I also remember how much joy it brought them whenever they would put that on. And that was like the one thing that always brought everybody together was the music, always.
Yeah, I feel like honestly I would probably be a different person if I had got a chance to go to performing arts school in high school, which I wanted to, because like that music side had got cut off from me because I wasn't allowed to go to performing arts school. And I was so angry. Like in my teenage years, I was stomping with a big dog, baby. I was slapping and punching and kicking and just going crazy. And I didn't get into making music until adulthood.
Yeah.
And it's completely transformed my life. Like as a whole, I found myself recently in like a crush kind of stage of life. You had a crush on somebody.
Yeah.
And writing through that, amazing. Some of the best shit I've ever fucking made. And I was like, I don't make that smush ass bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I'm a thug, I don't got time for all that shit. And then I was like, oh, my heart. Every song was about my feelings, and like that's what really kind of transformed my ability to write from an emotional space. Now I can tap into other emotions beyond just, oh, this nigga don't like me. Feelings.
That's the only thing I feel like I need to work on is writing. I used to write a lot when I was younger, and I don't write anymore. And I see how well like it works for everybody else, and it's something that
I can't journal to save my life though.
Okay, so maybe that's the difference. Like I can't journal either. You see this? I've had this book for like 6 years, and
I got 10 of them. Different styles. I'm getting ones with like little gold strings that remind me of the page I was on. All type fancy prompts.
Really?
I got the Michelle Obama one. All types of.
Nothing.
When I say, I feel my emotions so intensely. So for me to sit down and now try to summon them all.
What are your 3 signs?
So I'm a Virgo with a Gemini rising and a Sagittarius moon.
Oh, okay.
A Sagittarius moon. I don't claim her. She's a weird bitch. She be acting funny. But the rest of them hoes, I do relate to greatly. Me and my Gemini rising, I'll be seeing that.
Interesting.
That's where all of this comes from. Like I'm a Virgo, but I was raised by Gemini, and then I have Gemini rising, so I'm like,
Isn't that crazy that kind of works like that? I know, like, so for me, I'm a Cancer, Capricorn, Cancer. So my work ethic is Capricorn. My hard shell is Capricorn. Like, I'm the hardest nigga out. Like, I don't have no feelings. Niggas can't talk to me crazy. Like,
period.
But then I'm like a baby. Like, I'm a baby.
I'm married one of you people. I'm married a Cancer. And she's like, I guess right, Cancer, Taurus, Leo.
Okay.
I don't know which one which, but
so she might be a little bit more balanced than me.
Fuck all that. She got all the mean asshole signs and emotions and shit. So I'm emotional, but I can stick to my emotions.
That's I feel like
I can show you them motherfuckers too.
Yeah,
that's too much.
That's been my issue.
No, it's not. It's perfect. I love you.
I have to work on that, like, cause like I have a hard exterior. Like I'm ready to go at any point. Like I have to make that very clear. Like I'm nice as fuck, but I will slap the fuck out of you. Like don't.
Yeah.
Like.
I had that same result.
Like, let's.
Yeah, I had that same result.
Black and white, no gray. Gray gets you smacked.
I feel like the only thing that has really, really, really calmed all that down for me is making music and then having to, learn how to move in business.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, in the streets, I would have beat your ass for that. But we're artists, so
listen.
I'm going to let you have this and just send you a cease and desist. But I would have beat your ass on the block.
That's how I feel about this now. Like I'm a lot more calm now, and I won't. Like I'm not arguing back and forth with anybody. Like if I have to argue with you, I'm gonna just smack the fuck out of you and keep it pushing. Like I'm not arguing with nobody, none of that. But
if you smack the fuck out of motherfucker, they might do something back, and then you might not be able to keep pushing out to engage them in that.
See, but that's the issue. I haven't thought that far though. A lot.
See, I be like, this be me. I be having raving visions, and I'm like, if I beat your ass right now, then I'm like, what if the police come, or simpler, what if I could like hurt my hand? Yes. I got like this cosmetic injury on my hand, and I'm just like really upset about it, and like, oh my god, just all these different layers to it.
See, I don't think that far. I just see the vision of me smacking the fuck out of you.
You know, they say that. So we recently got our gun permit.
Mm-hmm.
And through our class, he was teaching us that like you get more respect for people when you own and carry a gun, because I could kill your ass. Like you over here, bitch, I could knock your shit off, and like you just sit here talking shit, I could just kill you. You could die right now. Like, oh my god, you dead. Like right now. Like I could do that.
Yeah, I think the most.
So it's like you get this energy to just walk away.
Like, so I took that class too. And like I have my permit and all that, and like I think the most important thing for me learning that
was shoot
like,
too?
Yeah, all of that. Mm-hmm. I hate guns. I hate guns,
you
but
I like it.
It's just too much power. I'm one of those people, like I hate feeling I'm giving anything else my power over my life, and that's how I feel with a gun. I know, weird.
I get what you mean. I do.
So I shoot and all of that, and I have my permit and my license to carry and stuff. So I'll still shoot niggas. I would prefer not to. But like I will.
See, when I heard him say that, I was like, that makes sense, because I've been in positions where, well, he also said like in Minnesota specifically, you can't be the aggressor.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I be getting into it with people, and they might have blew me off and like pissed me off initially.
Yeah.
But by the like 7th minute of it, I'm still like, I'll beat your white ass, bitch, like, you know, type shit. So the part of that is like really on me.
Yeah.
And if I had my gun, I could not even pull my. I was like, well, I get a gun to pull my shit out, because men stay disrespectful. Period.
Listen,
men, stay disrespectful. So I've been in positions where I really wish I could have.
Yeah.
Tuck Tulio on niggas real quick. I really have felt that way, but now like knowing like. I now have that.
Yeah. And
I could go to jail for life. Like, I'm thinking about so many different things. Like,
it's a whole process that goes through.
I have to really, like, think this through. Like, okay, let's make sure I'm not the aggressor. I gotta walk away a little bit first.
It definitely teaches you a lot more patience, because I know, like, that was the one thing he pushed during the class was, like, not, you have to consistently walk away. You need to avoid using your gun at all costs.
At all costs. Like, people who know karate.
Yeah.
Like, if you got, like, a golden gloves.
Yeah.
Like, you can go to jail if you beat somebody else.
Yeah, especially if your hands are registered.
Yeah, because you are in a position where, like, you could defend yourself, or you could just completely not be involved, and now you're choosing to engage, and you might have to inflict bodily harm on somebody. The same way the police fool asses do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be out here popping people if we don't want them popping people.
Yep. Facts.
But I still pop shit if necessary. Don't get it crisscross.
All right, so going into 2021, what are some manifestations that you have put in place for yourself musically?
Yeah. So we're just dropping the album this year.
Okay.
I always call this my Nicki year. So this is the year this is the age she was when she blew up. We ain't talk about that all, what number that is specifically, but this is the age she was when she blew up. Ooh,
finishing up, baby. Can you give me a couple minutes? Thank you.
The cutest little interruption. It was so adorable. The album is definitely dropping this year. I feel like this is my Nicki year, and that's when people are going to get the exposure to me. And I feel like my album will be a body of work that solidifies a lot of instant fans. Like, I feel like it's gonna be a body of work where you heard a song and you was like, who is that bitch? I think I like her. I want to hear some more of her shit. And I feel like, for me, I feel like all needs exposure. The moment people hear me, see me perform, whatever, they fucking with it. I have yet to like go to any place and motherfucker just look at my ass like, fuck this bitch doing? You know what I'm saying? People always fuck with me, so I feel like if I can get 100,000 motherfuckers to see me at one time, they're gonna be like, we all like you. Yeah. And that's the goal. Is to get this shit heard, seen. Shooting my own first music videos. I've been in a few at this point, but like actually dropping my own visuals for shit. cause I'm cute, and I has noticed that people like to look at me when I post cute stuff, like on my reels and stuff. They was like,
"No, you be cute.
But look, see, I didn't know. This was news to me. I was like, y'all really is watching this video?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
We want a lot more SJ. We want a lot more FaceTime with you.
People like shiny shit too, so I'm gonna make sure all my shit's shiny for everybody. I ain't gonna be dropping no kitchen videos. I ain't gonna have the 50 straps in the video with my nigga shirts on. We gonna put some creative direction in play.
I'm excited to see where you are this year. You radiate excellence and you radiate
the water.
You radiate all of that. You radiate success and all of that. So I hope that this year brings you everything that you want. I know 2020 has been super hard on everybody. I know you guys have been super vocal about how hard this year has been. I'll make sure to put Shauna's
Yes, please support my wife and her business at the hair.
Whether it's sending her some money through GoFundMe or booking her.
Booking, and GoFundMe. Do both because
listen, money talks.
It talk braids, twists, retwists. This money talk. Faux locks, sew-ins.
All of it. That's the bar right there. You go ahead.
Scalp massage.
That's the intro to the commercial for her right there.
Yeah. Them bookings talk.
Keep it simple. All right. Well, thank you, Mama. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
Okay.
This was cute. This was cute.
Let them know where they can
I
follow you at too. Forgot about that part.
At the Afrocentric Ratchet. Spelled correctly. Instagram on all socials and streaming stuff? Yeah, streaming stuff. Stream my music because it's cute.
All right, we out. Kids have arrived.
That was cute. You couldn't even see my lip.
You can.
You can't see my lip.